I got a question. I think it's interesting because you both played individual sports.
Yeah.
And you were talking a lot about ego. You kind of need to have a huge ego to play and be an individual sports star. You know, like talk about that, like having to have something to become what you want and then almost having to like kill it.
Well, listen, my ego's telling me right now, oh, I brought you all the way up here. I got you back. You got back. I got you back with fucking grub and all stuff. Now you're around these white guys talking about the ego ain't shit. That's what my ego's telling me right now. You're an ungrateful nigga. That's what it tells me right now. You just want people to think you're special and you got the ego in check and all I did for you. That's what the ego tells me. All I fucking did for you. You telling these white motherfuckers I ain't shit and put the ego in check. That's what it tells me. I'm sorry, but that's what it tells me.
Yeah.
That's what my ego tells me.
Yeah. Still goes to that.
Oh, you think I beat it? Oh, you thought that it was over? You thought I'm here, hey, my ego's defeated, it's over? No, I got serious bouts with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I told you what he told me just now. He told me that.
Yeah, right now.
He thinks I'm such a sellout. Uncle Tom, this guy.
No,
that's what he's telling me.
That's what he's telling you?
That's what this guy tells me.
Listen, you have to know, you know, what your legacy is. You have to, you know.
Oh, I do. I don't let this guy tell me any different either. He controlled me for so long. He can't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a constant battle?
Oh, absolutely. I don't even know why he doesn't like me. You know, he doesn't even tell me why he doesn't like me. It doesn't even tell me why he doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Why is he doing this? And why does he pick on me? Why is he bothering me?
Well, I know that you've had bouts of addiction in the past.
Absolutely.
And do you think that voice mixes? I mean, the ego and that addict voice kind of intertwine, you know, to try and talk you into wanting to use again, or...
Well, listen, right? He's mad that I found out what the toad was. All right, so I'm too smart to get high now. But maybe I can catch a venereal disease or something and give it to my wife. I'm not that smart yet. So that's how it battles with me, too. You know, that's what it says to me.
Yeah.
He's a rough customer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the fucking...
He beats the shit out of you.
Oh, man, I don't even know what to say about him. Yeah.
Well, what about you and the ego?
Well, I mean, Mike said it. I mean, it never leaves. You know, I mean, I still think that if I had two good hips, that I could still go out and play at a high level. You know, I know it's impossible because, you know, eventually age is your number, you know, and you can't fight that. But, you know, the feeling of going out and knowing that you are at the very top of what you do, and to live that on a daily basis. You know, Mike said that he fought, you know, one year he fought 15 fights. You know, that's crazy, you know, to have to go to that high and then drop down, to get back high again and to be able to come back and ride that roller coaster, you know, but that is the ultimate compliment, you know, to know that they would rather beat you than win the tournament. Or
absolutely.
They'd rather knock you out and never fight again.
Because listen, when he won the tournament, they're never going to know who the hell the guy he beat for the tournament. If they beat you in the first round, oh, he beat Jimmy Connor. He must be good, even though we don't know his fucking name.
Yeah.
Right? That's just what people say. He beat Connor? Yo, this guy said he beat Connor. Yeah, I saw the game. He did beat Connor. Yeah. And that's just how it goes.
But that's such a compliment. You know, and then because of that just feeds your ego.
It does.
You know, to the point where
It gets a big appetite.
Oh yeah.
You have to keep feeding.
Yeah.
Do you still think that, Mike? Do you watch Fury fight and go, I can knock this guy out?
Oh, no. I'm always so proud of him. This is how my ego works, too. No, I want him to beat everybody because he was named after me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's how my ego works, too. So if anybody's disrespectful to him, I don't like them. And it's stupid. He's a fucking fighter. He's making money. This is what
totally
he do.
different dude.
That's why I don't like him, because he got my name.
Have you met him before?
Yeah, he's my buddy.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seems like he's a character.
Oh, I don't understand him.
Yeah.
But he's
the Gypsy King.
6'9", a boxer, moving and slipping. What the hell? I can't believe he beat the hell out of that guy.
Wilder. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody thought Wilder was going to knock him out because he dropped him the last time.
Right.
But God.
What'd you think about that when Wilder? Did you see him blame that funky outfit? He came out and said he was tired because it weighed 50
when you
pounds.
first get your ass kicked and you're talking a lot of crap and you've knocked out a lot of guys, you look for so many excuses and stuff.
I mean, I'd almost be embarrassed though to say that, because I mean, you're the one who put the outfit on, you chose it, and then you're tired
Right.
because of it. I don't know. It's weird.
You know what we do in life? All of us, we all take ourselves a little too serious.
Way too serious.
Yeah. Too often, right? Yeah.
Well, how do you try to not take it serious? What do you do to relax?
That's the whole thing. I go home and you don't relax.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your wife is on top of everything. Hey, this and that, this is there. Hey, Mike, can you please watch the ashes? Please take the ashtray here. Hey, Mike, the room looks like a mess. Can you please come out the room while I have the lady clean the room? So I just got to always be in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, no matter what you are, what you have been, or what you will continue to be, you know, that's all part of being you or me, and you know, that's the responsibilities of a life, I guess. And you know, you ask about ego. I mean, there's times, you know, when I walked in after a match and, you know, I played well and everything, and all of a sudden, you know, I thought I was it, you know, and you know, my wife is Brett's mother, Patty.
Oh, you always got some. Our wives always put us in check.
Oh,
it's almost like they don't like us. They're jealous.
In a minute.
They're jealous. I was telling
Yeah.
about she's jealous, I think.
You know you ain't shit.
Yeah,
Right.
my wife, I said, I think she's jealous.
Say, you know, let me explain this to you. You were good out there, but you ain't nothing here.
Nah,
you
go
know,
to
get down to work.
Garbage, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you ain't
Take
shit
the
here.
garbage out, motherfucker.
You know, but that's, you know, that's what you know, for me kept me pretty grounded and kept me in check.
Yeah, I have to say that too. My wife keeps me in my place.
Sometimes it's hard to take, but it's you know, but it's well worth it.
Do you ever? Do you still spar, box? Or do you ever go in the gym?
I want to start doing that. I just want to get in good shape.
I think I saw you like 6 months ago somewhere that you were hitting a bag. It looked like, dude, I wouldn't.
I want to hit it for a consistent amount of time. Never for a second or two. I want to hit it for a few minutes or
Get back into it.
30 minutes. Hit it consistently. Yeah. Once I do that, then I think I want to do some sparring. Sparring is easier than hitting the bag, isn't it? You could start sparring and develop sparring easier than you could develop, you know, hitting the bag appropriately. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Champ, I know. I mean, you're going to throw that one left, and you're going to say, "Oh, that felt like 25 years ago," and then you're going to want to, you know, maybe go back and get in there because that, you know, that feeling.
I don't know if I do it for 3 months and I like it, maybe I would.
Oh man,
I like that.
Wouldn't that be something? That would be
That'd be fucking awesome.
so exciting. I don't know.
I always see my friend Jeff Figg. I haven't seen him in a while, but when I'm around this guy, and he starts talking, and this guy, he's one of these guys, and he has that Australian accent, right, the Aussie accent, and he makes you say, "Hey, Mike, listen, man, I tell you, Mike, if you put your mind to it and you just train for 3 months, man, you're knocked out to warrior." And the way he said it just souped my head up. I said, "Man, you know that's probably good." This guy just has the way that can soup your head and make you want to do this shit. I think,
See, that never leaves you, does
Yeah.
it? You know, that feeling, that passion that you've had for, you know, for so long, that's in you. And sometimes, you know, age, you know, when it catches up with you or you decide to take a different path, you know, that little feeling that you have is just kind of put on hold. So, you know, I know sometimes when I go and play tennis, I hit one shot and I say, you know, it's just a feeling of, you know, such satisfaction of, you know, being able to still do something that I did it.
You know what I want to say to you? And some people don't understand what I'm talking about. They have to be the player, tennis player, to understand what I want to say. Because I watch my do. Sometimes the ball is faster than the eye. Because the ball goes by the person's eye and then they respond right after it goes by.
Mm-hmm.
You ever saw that?
Yeah.
The ball go by and then they respond. Say, "Fuck, did he see it go by?"
Slow
That's
reaction.
happening. You don't see it, though. You see the blink when it just says to go. What happened?
Well,
What's that
I mean,
delay reaction for?
sometimes sometimes you're just late, you know, but it's like anything else, and especially with you. And I keep going back to my grandfather, the way he trained me. It's all about the footwork for me. You know, the position, to get in position, you know, when you're throwing a punch, you know, how you react to that footwork and you know, what your body's going to do. And that's the way I was trained. So, you know, when I see, you know, that ball go by, I mean, it doesn't get by Djokovic, you know, it doesn't get by Nadal. You know, it
What
does.
do you think about Djokovic? He came back from all those injuries.
Yeah. Nadal also.
Yeah.
You know, so obviously, you know, it's interesting. What separates number one from number 100? You know, is so small.
I think it's belief. Belief
Right.
has a lot
Yeah.
to do with it.
Right.
Who are the players that you follow on the tour? Are there certain guys you like?
Serena, Djokovic, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
and Federer.
Fed.
And I like that, but Federer. I love Djokovic personally and stuff, but I'm just a big fan of Federer.
Yeah.
He's just watching me. He's almost like Ali back in his prime when he was in his prime. He's always moving. He's in the air. He's smooth.
Yeah. He's got those soft feet.
Yeah, he's really smooth.
His feet almost make like no noise.
Nadal is just all over the place. He's a great player, but he doesn't look good playing.
Yeah.
He's a grinder.
Yeah, he grinds.
He's mean,
Yeah,
tough.
yeah.
This other guy's smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
He floats. He's floating,
Peter
right?
Pan.
It almost doesn't even look like he's playing an athletic sport.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
just so calm and
Very elegant and-
conserved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word, elegant. He's really elegant.
And what do you think of the young Coco Gauff?
I think she's amazing. She has so much. She has something a lot of us don't have, and that's time. She has a lot of time to cultivate her skills to become a lot better. And that's what she has on her side that most of the players don't, and that's time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting now because with this coronavirus, they canceled the B&B Paribas Open. So it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the rest of the year.
How is this going to happen? Are we going to become imprisoned in our own country? We're not going to go nowhere. We're just going to stay in our house.
Well, it seems like that's the way the world is going at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll go back to primitive stuff. We have to go back in caves. Huh?
Yeah. Well, they convinced us to come out and do everything, and now we got to go back. Is that what they're saying? I mean, it's pretty scary now that they're canceling the events, and who knows where it's going to end up. But.
And then we're all scared to die. And then we die. We say, God, I would have done this earlier if I knew I was coming here, huh?
Right.
Yeah.
I'd have done this at 12 years old, dude.
Yeah. You say that, and it's funny. I'm almost I'm 68, and I'm not ready to start thinking that way. But I look around, and I never expected to ever have accomplished what I did, coming from where I came from, and I've had a great career in something that I love to do. I have a beautiful family, and so the appreciation, that I have for this life, right here and living this life is, and the change that I've made since my tennis is gone beyond, and I say that because whatever is beyond. I would like to see, but just not yet.
Oh, I understand. It understands that too.
Right.
It understands that it's not your time too, because if it was, you would be gone.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I talk to people when I have my podcast, and they talk about my success and what I'm doing, and they trust me. This is not because I'm riding my own ship. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this stuff on my own. There's something helping me. I'm not saying it's God, it's some universe, but I know I'm not smart enough to do what I'm accomplishing now. Mm-hmm. So it has to be help from somewhere else. Yeah. I was never this controlled of self-control, self-discipline. I always had to, every time something was going good, I had to mess it up. I've never had so much self-respect as I do now.
As you do now.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And the respect of others.
Oh, no doubt.
For sure.
That's how you receive it, by
right.
respecting of. That's what make you worthy of getting respect is by giving it.
Yeah. I did a lot of research last couple of weeks before this and just learning a lot about you. You're one of the more interesting dudes, I think, that's out there. And it's just...
That's interesting. People think that about me. I don't think that I'm interesting.
Yeah.
I just think that we're all just passing through. And and our life prepares us for our death. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the universe created us to suffer. I think we only suffer because we choose to suffer. But for us to suffer because of the universe causes, no, it doesn't want the world to suffer.
Yeah.
But Mike, you've got to know, what Brett said. Your interest in how you've affected the lives of so many people. That love to watch you box. Feel what you've gone through and your life now and what you're into now past the boxing. That people love that story. Yeah, and when I say you've affected the lives of when Brett would call me and say, Jesus, Dad, do you know Mike did this, or this happened or that happened, but that's to the people who admire you, and I'm not kissing your ass, I don't have to, and you don't have to, I mean we're sitting here talking as friends, but the way that's affected so many people. I mean, you got to feel, in your heart, how that makes you so proud.
I'm just listen. I appreciate that. I'm so grateful, and that's what I appreciate. I appreciate my my gratitude. I've learned gratitude during my during my term on this planet, on this earth. I learned gratitude. I learned the power of gratitude, and that was one of my biggest experiences of my life, learning gratitude. I always knew the word, but never knew the actual deed or the act of it.
Well, I think a lot of people would expect you to be this one way, like the boxer, the guy who went to prison, the guy, who blew the money, whatever you want to say. But then when they look into you, read or listen to your podcast, so much more than that. You've grown so much more than the guy that they would have predicted
We're all
you to
more
be.
than what we actually are. We all are. It's just how desperate we want to see those layers of ourselves. And all about seeing those layers of ourselves, we have to endure pain. We have to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
That's it right there.
Find out who you truly are.
That's a daily lesson, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, getting through that.
Comfortable being uncomfortable.
Being uncomfortable.
And
That's
it's
it
just
right
testing. And you live it every day of your life, but you don't always pass. But you always have the next day to try, the next moment to try after you fail. You could try to succeed again.
Yeah, you get another shot the next day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good lesson for everyone, I think.
Not enough time to give up.
That's true. Yeah. Well, talk to us a little bit about after boxing. Now you've become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Talk to us about Tyson Ranch.
Tyson Ranch is the one of its own kind, state-of-the-art cannabis resort. And in that resort, we're going to, as a matter of fact, it's here.
It's just down the road.
It's down the
right?
road, matter of fact. And it's going to have a university. It's going to have the longest Lady River. It's going to have a chateau.
Whoa.
It's just, it's hard to even articulate what it's going to be, but no one's going to ever seen it. It's going to be like Woodstock in the 23rd century.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You got room? Yeah, you got room for a couple guys?
Oh, do I have room, man? We have almost, I think we have purchased, I think, 1,000 acres, and I think we have 500 acres on one. Well, listen, I think I'm talking too much, but anyway, we have a lot of room, okay?
You grow
only
your
talking
own...
to us, we'll keep it quiet.
So listen, I became friends with this gentleman, Rob Hickman, who I'm sure you know. And ever since I met Rob Hickman, he's introduced me to so many different exponents in life that helped me become a better human being, a better father, a better husband. And I was just wanted to drop that down on the line that Rob is such an awesome guy. And now that this improvement in my life is because of Rob and my wife.
Yeah. We've known Rob for 15 years.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. Yeah. We go way back. And then tell us, you flew in today or last night from your one-man show, your stage show?
We did 3 shows. We were in Atlantic City, we were in Ohio, and we were in upstate New York, and it was just really amazing. All my old friends came out to me when I was 12 and 13.
That's cool.
We just saw a lot of friends, and it was always sold out, and I'm very grateful for that.
And how did that come about? Because that seems like something, not many people do one-man shows anymore.
Me and my wife went and saw Chaz Palminteri, A Bronx Tale, and he did it on stage. It was a movie, and he did it on stage. And the premise of the movie is this young Italian kid had feelings for this black girl during a racist moment in time in New York City. And when he did the show, man, it was just so amazing and mesmerizing. I told my wife, baby, I think I could do that because when I'm in Europe and I'm doing a Q&A, I could do like Mr. Palminteri and do it from a theatrical perspective. And I said, let's try it. She wrote some stuff. I told her stuff about my life. She wrote it down. We went on stage and it became a hit. We went to Broadway for 3 weeks. Then from Broadway, we went to a nationwide tour. Then from that, we went to an international tour.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You enjoy it? Obviously, you're still going.
Yes. Once I get started, once I do it for a week, then I'm ready, and I could do it every day, all day.
Yeah.
Is it a good replacement from the boxing? Do you get the same feeling, the same energy?
Yes.
Yeah.
And people come backstage, or other celebrities are there, and they come backstage wherever I'm at, in whatever city, all the guys I know and worked with, they all come and visit me and see me.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Count us in for your next show.
Yeah,
Are you going to be out on the West Coast anytime soon?
I believe we're going to the East Coast.
Oh, you're going
East
to the East Coast?
Yes.
No, that's just a
That's all right. It's just a quick flight.
A quick flight away.
Yeah.
Miami, New York area again.
Yeah.
Nice. Champ?
And then one more thing.
Yes.
You have a face tattoo, one of the most famous face tattoos in the history of tattoos. You're now the godfather of those. You can't turn on TV without seeing a rapper, models, actresses, whatever, who have face tattoos. Can you talk a little bit about, like, being the first to do that? You took a lot of shit for it, and then now it's almost like no one even mentions it if someone
That had
has
to be
one.
one of my ego's conjuring stories. I must have thought I was some badass or something, because I went through that moment when I thought I was a real badass, like Attila the Hun, one of those guys getting his car. I thought I was one of those kind of guys.
Champ, you were a badass.
The reincarnation of Attila the Hun?
Yeah, I mean, it's not my ego, and I think, and this fit in some way out of that,
Yeah. But do you shake your head a little bit, or do you think it's cool that, like, it's gotten more popular?
No, listen, one day I was at a fight, and there was this Latin brother, and he had a tattoo on his face, and I was looking at him, and not consciously thinking I had one too, but I was like, whoa, this guy's kind of crazy looking, and I wasn't consciously thinking, I think, fuck, I got one on my face. But before I think everybody had them, they had the idea that I had. Wow, this guy, the tattoo is not cool. I better get away from him, But I think it's just, when people see me with a tattoo on their face, it's just my brother have a tattoo on his face.
Yeah.
It's just everyone has
It's more, culturally acceptable now. I just thought that.
Before only bikers and stuff had this stuff. Now guys that they consider low lives. Now everybody have it.
Yeah, artists.
Everybody have artists.
Yeah, so I think they should give you, like, residuals, because you had to eat the shit.
That's my residual.
So now
He changed the times.
Yeah.
He changed
Just
it.
doing all this stuff. Everybody's just not afraid to be who they are.
Yeah. Well, you're a trendsetter, and you're ahead of the game, and this has been awesome. I really appreciate you
It's
coming
awesome.
on.
This is so awesome. In order for you to do this with your father, you have to go through a lot of stuff in order for this to be working good, huh?
Oh, yeah. But this is you coming on here. This has been a pleasure. You're our first guest on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy man, we had hundreds of guests, right? We were kicking butt.
Well, you're the first one, and
Thank
we'll
you very
remember you
much.
forever.
Thank you.
This has
Really
been awesome.
appreciate that.
Champ, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, really.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you, Brad. This is beautiful.